I chose my older husband over my family, and now they want back in our lives. When I was 19, I met David at the coffee shop where I worked. He was 43, recently divorced, and came in every morning for the same black coffee and blueberry muffin. We started talking, and I was immediately attracted to how mature and stable he seemed compared to guys my age. My parents completely freaked out when I brought him home for dinner. My dad literally stood up from the table and said, "This man is older than me? What could you possibly have in common?" My mom kept asking David about his intentions, and if he realized how young I was. They staged this intervention where they sat me down and said I was throwing my life away. My dad goes, "Honey, you're just a kid. This guy has already lived a whole life. What happens when you want to go out with friends and he wants to stay home and watch the news?" But David wasn't some creepy older guy trying to control me. He supported my decision to go back to school, encouraged me to keep my friends, and never made me feel like I had to choose between him and my life. When I got pregnant with twins at 21, that's when everything exploded. My mom called crying, saying I was ruining my future. My dad said I was naive and that David had trapped me. The worst part was when my dad called David a predator right to his face during what was supposed to be a celebration dinner. I tried to keep the peace, but then my mom said something I'll never forget. She looked at my belly and said, "I will not have that man's children in my house calling me grandma." David just grabbed my hand and said we should leave. That night, I packed my stuff and moved in with David permanently. I was hurt and angry, but also relieved. For the first time in my life, I felt like someone actually respected my choices instead of treating me like a child. We got married 2 years ago, and our twin girls are the most amazing kids ever. David is an incredible father, and honestly, our age difference has never been an issue. He's patient, responsible, and loves our family more than anything. But last month, my parents started reaching out. They sent cards for the girls' birthdays with notes saying how much they miss them. My mom texted me pictures of the bedroom she decorated for them, hoping they could have sleepovers someday. My dad even called David directly to apologize. He said he realized he was wrong and just wanted to be a grandfather. David told me it's completely my choice, but he thinks the girls deserve to know their grandparents. I'm torn because part of me wants my parents back in our lives, but I can't forget how they made me choose between them and the man I love. They called my husband terrible names and basically disowned me when I needed their support most. Now they want back in because we have cute grandkids they can show off to their friends. But where were they when I was struggling with morning sickness? Where were they when the girls were born? I spent years building a life without them, and now they want to just waltz back in like nothing happened.